Maylin, please, you've got to wake up, I plead, crashing to the floor as I reach her makeshift bed. Gently touching her pale gray skin, she's icy to the touch, and her eyes flit frantically behind her closed eyelids. The deep-set runes etched across her face flash weakly, pulsing back and forth as she rests. Maylin remains in a deep sleep and ignores my commands, refusing to wake from her slumber. Her last dream walk sucked her remaining energy from her frail body, but I cannot risk losing what precious time we have. Forcing an arm underneath her back, her sharp bones push awkwardly into my forearms, and I lift her into a sitting position. Sliding my other arm underneath her legs, I raise her upwards and bring her in close to my chest. Maylin's arms and legs droop downwards, and I try my best to keep her stable. Spinning to face the exit, I look down into her small face, and a painful expression washes across her face. Maylin's eyes squeeze tightly together, and her mouth twitches with every step I take across the hard stone floor. Each time my hurried feet slam against the surface, her body shakes, pain shooting through her limbs and directly into her bones. "I'm so sorry, my girl," I mutter, trying my best not to cause any more discomfort than necessary. Passing through the doorway, I reach the foot of the stairs and slowly place the sole of my foot on the bottom step. Suddenly, the hairs on my neck stand to attention, and I pause in response. The sound of horses' hooves bellowing towards us rushes loudly through the decrepit door behind me. Glancing towards the crude, homemade locks, they still gently pulse as the incantation continues to take hold. I wave a hand to complete the empowerment, and each click in unison. Climbing as quickly as I can, I arrive at the halfway point and freeze. The trampling blasts through every corner of the house before coming to a sudden halt. Closing my eyes to focus, I whisper a few words of power and cast out an unseen pulse that stretches into the darkness beyond. A few seconds of painful silence pass, but the pulse offers nothing more than the night's breeze amongst the trees. Waves continue to flow into my ears until eventually the sound of muffled voices rattle throughout my brain. I can't quite make out their words, but their tone and purpose fill me with dread as I sense they begin to surround us. Shutting out the pulse, my insight fades, and I push onwards up the final few steps. Looking down into Maylin's face, her closed eyes continue to twitch, and I know she can feel my anxiety. I know she wants to help, to be our savior yet again, but this time she's stretched herself too thin. Moving quietly into the bedroom, I slowly set her down on a pile of discarded and eroded clothes. Turning to face the adjacent wall and running my hand along a section of wooden panels, I place my palm flat on the slats and speak the words. A wave of essence pushes from the center of my hand, and a small section of the wood begins to weave in and out of focus. The space is just big enough for Maylin, and my only chance of concealing her from the seekers. Removing my hand from the thin veil, I return my focus to Maylin, and to my delight, she's awake. Kneeling by her side, her eyes continue to slowly open, and a weak smile peeks the corners of her mouth. Her deep purple eyes lock with mine, and Maylin lifts her arms slowly to indicate her intentions, and I help her rise from her prone position. With great effort, she manages to sit upwards, and I hold her small hands tightly together within mine. "Nice of you to return to the land of living," I joke, a small attempt to keep her calm. Her eyes light up and a big smile appears across her cheeks. Maylin slowly opens her mouth to speak, but before any words escape, I cut in. "Please, save your strength. I need you to listen to me very, very carefully." A serious tone lacing my words. The smile wipes from her face and a look of worry fires from within her eyes. "They found us, Maylin, and it won't be long till the empowerment fades. You need to hide, and I need you to be as quiet as possible," I implore, trying my best to stay calm. Maylin slowly nods and grips my hands tighter, seeking any form of reassurance. "Remember our little games of hide and seek? It'll be just like that." You have nothing to worry about, I promise." My words provide a slice of comfort, and her eyes slightly widen, an eased expression rolling across her face. Helping Maylin to her feet, her legs shake and her balance wanes as we reach the opening. She drifts through the veil, folding down into a sitting position, and pulls her legs in close. Stepping back, we lock eyes, share a forced smile, and emotion wells up from within. "All set, Maylin. Stay as quiet as you can. No matter what happens, you must stay here until I come get you. I promise everything will be fine. I'll always keep you safe." Taking one last look at Maylin, I wave my hand and the veil starts to solidify. The wooden panels reappear slowly and seal her inside one by one. I sigh deeply, a mixture of sympathy and anger raging from deep within. The thought of how far these monsters have pushed Maylin twists my mind to fury. The idea of what their soulless cult will do should they find her brings me to boiling point. I will not subject her to the dark and twisted experiments that await, and she will never be another one of their victims. The sudden sound of blasts echo up the staircase and snap me from my thoughts. I spring into action, step out into the landing, and laser in on the brittle door. It violently pushes inwards and struggles against the relentless barrage of incantations. My empowered locks dig deep to repel their force, but stand no chance against the Seekers. The slamming intensifies and their shouts of frustration pierce through the door. Their voices are a mix of wild excitement and bloodthirsty mania. With their entry only moments away, I close my eyes, stretch out my arms, and face my palms upwards. I search deep within and focus on the remaining essence swirling around my core. Words of ancient power begin to spill from my lips, and I feel raw energy building within my chest. The power starts to ripple outwards towards my fingertips, and a burning flame flickers. The fire engulfs my hands, crackling, sputtering, and flinging embers into the air. The blaze begins to ball in each palm, fueled by passion, pure will, and steely determination. I am ready to unleash my full fury, and no matter what comes next, they will not take her.